Hello everybody and welcome back to Shoe Big Red TV. Here on episode 93 we will be going over fluoroscopies. I'm standing alongside Dr. Vincenzo Racine from the Montefiore Hospital in the Bronx, New York. How are you, Vincenzo?
Doing good, Chris.
Nice
How you doing?
to see you.
Same here.
First up on the list, I'm sure everyone's wondering, what is a fluoroscopy?
Well, Chris, a fluoroscopy is a type of radiography that can be used, when a clinician wants to have a live image of any kind of tissue, mostly bones, muscles, tendons, ligaments, to see the size, shape, and movement of the tissue.
Now, I'm just hearing that. Is it similar to an X-ray or?
Yeah, it is similar in the fact that they do use radiation to retrieve the image. However, it's a live view as opposed to an X-ray where it's just a picture and then they are developed later. And the only other thing too is it's not as clear as an X-ray.
So what makes a fluoroscopy special, or what's different about them?
Well, pertaining to you as an athletic trainer, they're used heavily in the athletic setting in big colleges and professional sports because they allow for a quick return to play in athletes. Specifically, what you'll see most commonly is someone has a, ankle sprain. They just want to shoot them into the locker room real quick just to see if it's not broken, and then they can shoot them right back out to the game.
So how do they allow for a quicker return to play?
Because the way that happens is in a regular X-ray, they can't be weight bearing. However, in this one they can. So if you have an athlete who, you think has an ankle sprain, but just you want to be safe to rule out a fracture, you can have them walk into the room and where the fluoroscopy machine is and just have them stand there and shoot the pictures real quick, and you get a live feed of what's really happening in there as opposed to a picture and then developing it and seeing it later. However, just like an X-ray, all the clothes have to be off of the extremity or other body part that you're trying to view.
Great. So now that we know what it is, how does it actually work?
Well, radiation passes through the skin, creating light and shadows, and essentially it just differentiates between two different types of tissue. For instance, bone is more dense, so it'll come out white, and like muscles or less dense tissues will appear gray, simply because of the fact that they are less dense, and that's how the radiation portrays them on the computer screen.
What else can fluoroscopies be used for?
Fluoroscopies are actually pretty useful besides, in the athletic setting. They are used in, my type of field. You can use them for blood, to view blood flow, tumors, any kind of foreign body, organs. They're used for biopsies, injections, catheter insertions, also pacemaker insertions. They can also be used for gastrointestinal investigations to see what's going on in there. So they are, used pretty widely in, a medical professional field.
That was a lot of great information in a short period of time, but we have a few moments left. Is there anything else that is important to the viewers?
Essentially just for someone who's going to get a fluoroscopy, just keep in mind, a bigger person or may need more radiation to develop a picture, whereas a smaller person will, need less. Really the only contraindication for someone would be if they're pregnant. And there are burn potentials, however, with the guidelines set, that usually doesn't happen because the radiation levels are kept pretty low, and that's pretty much it.